All right. First and foremost, all praise, glory, and honor goes to Yahweh Shem Shai for giving us this truth. Double honor to all the elders, teaching on the four corners of the earth, teaching in truth and sincerity to you. I say Shalom. Brother Khan from the Seven Alliance of Judah, Joshua Ryan here in Chicago to you. I say Shalom. Coming at y'all with another video through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. The title of this video is going to be titled, What Does It Truly Mean to Be Obedient to the Gospel? All right. So what does it truly mean to be obedient to the gospel? Okay, because this is a very heavy topic that I'm going into, man, for the body of Israel, those who fear the Lord, those who want to do better, those who want to, contend for this truth, man. All right, because this truth is all we got, us being in captivity under the hands of Esau, Edom, and these other nations, man. All right, so you should want to strive to be a better you, all right, with no excuses, all right, no problems. Saying you should want to do better within this gospel, man, within this truth, man. So this is the book of First Timothy, chapter 5, verse 17, and it reads, Let the elders that rule well be counted worthy of double honor, especially they who labor in the word and doctrine. All right. So you want to always pay double honors to your elders. Now, you have a lot of old fools. So everybody just can't be an elder. All right. So when it talks about the elder, of course, it's talking about the older men, but it's also talking about the men who've been in this truth longer than you. All right. So it's a balance to things. All right. You don't want to come into this truth disrespecting those men who've been in this thing longer than you. You might be a year in this truth. All right. And there's men out here that may have been in this truth 10 years, 15 years to 35 years. All right. So you want to, all right, reverence the men who have been laboring in this truth. All right. You want to reverence them, man, because they've been in this truth long before you got in this truth. So that's what it truly means, all right, to obey the gospel, all right, keeping the commandments of Yahweh Shema Shai, and also reverencing the men who have been in this truth long before you. Okay. All right. So we're going to go to the book of Hebrews, chapter 13, verse 17, and it reads, Obey them that have the rule over you and submit yourselves, for they watch for your souls, as they that must give an account, that they may do it with joy and not with grief, for that is unprofitable for you. All right, so let me get that again. It's the book of Hebrews, chapter 13, verse 17, and it reads, Obey them that have rule over you and submit yourselves, all right, for they watch for your souls. All right, so you have to obey those who have rule over you, man. All right, you can't come into this truth without elders, man. All right, it have to be men who've been in this truth that can teach you. All right, it have to be men in this truth that can teach you, because the Bible say two is better than one. All right, and they say, woe to him that is alone. You don't want to be the brother that's to yourself, all right, that can't take correction. All right, every time somebody says something to try to correct you or try to build you up, you have a problem with that, man. You don't want to be that brother. That's not the right spirit to be in. All right, you want to be the brother that's full of instruction. You want to be the brother that can take correction. You want to be the brother that's, applying yourself within this truth, man, because Yahweh Shah says that the harvest is truly plenteous, but the laborers are few, man. All right. So you want to labor in this thing with meat and sincerity. All right. With the joy of what this truth brings, man. All right. You don't want to be the brother that doesn't take correction. All right. You want to be the brother that always quick to be in the spirit, man, to be instant in season and out of season, man. All right, because these are the fruits of the spirit, man, having long suffering. All right. So we're gonna go to the book of Colossians, chapter 3. It's the book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 6, and it reads, For which things sake the wrath of Yahweh cometh on the children of disobedience. All right, so you don't want to be disobedient in this truth, man. All right, because when you disobeying the order that the Most High set up, it's like you disobeying the Most High. All right, the order that the Most High set up is just the order that He set up. All right, you have to be in order when it comes to dealing with the body of Hamashiach Yahushua. You can't just be doing whatever you want to do. All right, you just can't do whatever you want to do. You have to follow the chain of command. All right, that's just what it is. The men who bucked up against Moses in the Old Testament, the Most High did them horrible, man. All right, because they were complaining to Moses that they were receiving the preeminence. They was thinking that Moses and his brother Aaron was receiving the preeminence, and they wanted to be a part of something. But that was just the order that Yahweh Shah set up. All right, Moses and his brother Aaron as lead charge over the children of Israel. And the Most High actually did horrible with those. He actually did those men horrible, all right, because they was bucking up against leadership. Okay. So let's get that again. Colossians chapter 3, verse 6, and it reads, For which things sake the wrath of Yahweh cometh on the children of disobedience. All right. So you don't want to be that brother, all right, who doesn't apply himself, you know what I'm saying, not even trying to come to camp. All right, the brother who is not applying himself when it comes to the feast days, not applying himself, being a brother, all right, or a brother that just have a fault with you for no reason, all right? Because the scriptures tell you that if you have fault with your brother, you got to go to him alone. All right, so you don't want to be that brother that's holding grudges. All right, that brother who can't seems to open up and show how he truly feels. All right. You don't want to be that brother. That's the wrong spirit to be in. And the Most High, the Lord ain't dealing with that. All right. The Lord is dealing with balance. Right. The Lord is dealing with meekness. The Lord is dealing with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. All right. Nobody can understand you if your mouth is closed. All right. All right. So I'm gonna drop that and go to the book of Second Thessalonians. Right. The book of Second Thessalonians, chapter 3, verse 14, and it reads, And if any man obey not our word by this epistle, note that man and have no company with him, that he may be ashamed. All right. So you hear that? So if you don't obey the order that the Most High Yahweh Shah set up, hey, brothers is gonna stop dealing with you. Okay, because we are trying to labor to get out of this captivity. We not trying to stay here just to just live it up here in Babylon. All right. We understand that our people are oppressed and we trying to please Yahweh Shah the best we can. All right. We not finna sit up here and point fingers at people. Okay. We not finna sit up here and try to make brothers look bad. All right. We not finna sit up here and try to do our own will. All right. We are laboring to get out of this captivity. All right, first and foremost. All right, so when that come, when we come about with that, that means that we doing everything in our hands, okay, to get up out of here, man. Okay, that's what we doing. Let's get that again. 2 Thessalonians chapter 3, verse 14, and it reads, "And if any man obey not our word by this epistle, note that man and have no company with him, that he may be ashamed." So we not trying to have no company with people that's disobedient, all right, to the laws, statutes, commandments of Yahweh Shema Shah. All right. We're not dealing with those type of men. And for the most part, we don't even have to note those men. Those men are going to get away from us because the Spirit of the Lord is going to let us know, all right, who's sincere about this truth, man. All right. And this goes for myself. This goes for myself too, man. All right. Everything that I'm saying, it applies to me. Okay. It applies to me because I'm trying to be a better version of me. If you in this truth and you're not trying to examine yourself day in and day out, then it's something wrong with that picture, man. All right, every brother should try to be correcting themselves through these scriptures, through these precepts, man. Okay, this is the book of James, chapter 3, verse 1, and it reads, "My brethren, be not many masters, knowing that we shall receive the greater condemnation." So the Bible is telling us, all right, not to be many masters. Okay, so it's a balance to everything. First, it talked about obeying the elders, those who've been in this truth longer than you, and elder men. Now it's saying, "Be ye not of many masters," which means that, all right, you can't just be being under everybody, all right, because you got to have the discernment of spirit. Okay, so it say, "Be ye not of many masters," man. All right, be of the men who the Lord set up to lead. Okay, that's what that's saying. All right, you don't want to be that brother, all right, who just listen to anything somebody tell him. All right, you got to search the scriptures. You have to be prudent in this thing. All right, because this truth is all about balance. All right, and the unjust balance is an abomination to Yahweh Shema Shah. Right. It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 17, and it reads, "Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him." All right. So when you going off, it's a brother's jobs to rebuke you, all right, sharply, that you know what I'm saying, may not go off again. Okay, that's what the scriptures is saying. All right, you should not hate your brother, but you got to rebuke him if he's going to hell off. All right, and you have men that don't want to receive their rebuke, man. All right, they got that. If you can't beat them, join them spirit, man. Brother, seeing your household out of order, all right, they want to join up and they want to be like everybody else, but you supposed to stay 10 toes down in this truth. All right, if you see a brother's house out of order, you must try to help get it in order. If you're a true brother, you're not supposed to be sitting there, all right, disrespecting and just going along with the program, because that is wicked. All right, the Bible tell you, and that goes for me as well. That goes for me. Everything that I'm saying, it applies to me. All right, like I said, you don't want to be that brother just going along with the program of a man's house. All right, if his house is out of order, you must be trying to help that brother get it in order. You can't have that if you can't beat them, join them spirit. Oh, I see people disrespecting this brother. I see the people in this brother household disrespecting them, and then you go along with it. That's not the spirit to be in, man. You got to stay 10 toes down for the gospel, man. All right. And like I say, it goes for me too. If I see a brother household out of order, I'm going to be trying to help that brother get his household in order because I am a brother. All right. At the end of the day, I am a true brother. So I'm going to do everything in my will to fulfill my brother's need. Okay, let's get that again. Leviticus 19, verse 17, and it reads, "Thou shalt not hate thy brother." in thy heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him. All right. So you gotta rebuke your neighbor, which is your brother, man, when you going to hell off. It is what it is, man. And once again, a lot of people can't take that correction. This is the reason why a lot of people don't want to be around the righteous, man. Those people who are trying to stay 10 toes down for this truth, man. For Yahweh Shem Yahweh sake. Okay. So that's what it is, man. Now we're gonna go to the book of Matthew, chapter 18. Fast forward real quick to the book of Matthew, chapter 18, verse 15. And it reads, moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee, go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone. If he shall hear thee, thou hast gained thy brother. All right, now a righteous man is going to hear his fault. And then if he's wrong, he's going to apologize and he's going to try not to do it again. He's going to be a man of his words. All right. But you don't want to be that brother who you correct and tell him his faults. And then he say, yeah, brother, I hate you. I hate you, brother. I hate you. But then he's still going to hell off, man. That's not the spirit to be in, man, in these last days, man. All right. The spirit that you should be in is the fruits of the spirit. All right. And like I say, this go for me. All right. You can't hold grudges against your brother. All right. You can't. You can't hold grudges against your brother. You got to love your brother as you love yourself. All right. So let me get that again. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 15. So like it is the book of Matthew 18, verse 15. And it reads, moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee, go and tell him his fault. All right. Between thee and him alone. If he shall hear thee, thou hast gained thy brother. All right. So if he hear you, then thou hast gained a brother. All right. But the men who don't hear you, that's not a true brother. You don't want to be like that. All right. You don't want to be like those men. You want to be like the brothers who know to do better, man. All right. And do it. All right. All right, so this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 21, verse 16, and it reads, the man that wandereth out of the way of understanding, Salaki, All right, Salakia Israel. I'm currently at work right now, so I had to pause it for about three minutes. Seems like it was about 3 minutes. But back to the scriptures, Proverbs chapter 17, verse 5. Salakia, Proverbs chapter 21, verse 16, and it reads, "The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead." All right. So when brothers can't take the correction, they fall out the truth, man. All right. They fall out the truth. And quick precept, go back to the, so like you go to the book of Psalms. When brothers can't take the correction, they fall out the truth. All right. The worst thing that you can do in this truth is not take the correction. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 119 and 9, and it reads, "Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed thereto according to thy word." All right, so that's how you cleanse your way. All right, by taking the correction. Because what's the worst a brother can do but going to the scriptures to correct you? All right, you got to believe in the word. You got to trust in the Bible. All right, because a real man of the Lord is not going to correct you off his own words. He's going to go to the scriptures to correct you, to give you the reproof. All right. So if you wander out of the way of understanding, then you're going to remain in the congregation of the dead. What's the congregation of the dead? Back in the world. Okay. You don't want to be the brother that's emotional, that can't take correction. All right. This world we live in is about always taking correction, man. This world is judging us every day. All right. You being judged in this world every day. So when it's time for you to get the correction, just take it. Take it and just keep it moving. Okay. Take it and just keep it moving. Just as simple as that, man. So we're gonna fast forward to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17. It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 5. And it reads, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, cursed be the man that trusteth in man, and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departeth from the Lord Yahweh." All right, so the Bible, see, once again, is a balance to everything. Because First Timothy 5 and 17 tell you to pay double honor to the elders, man, those who've been in the truth longer than you. And when you go to the book of Jeremiah 17 and 5, it tell you that curse is the man that trusteth in man. So you have to have the discernment of spirit. All right. If you trusted in a man, it must be according to Yahweh Shalom Shah. But if you trusting in anybody else, that means that you haven't really took the time to be diligent with Salakia. So back to the scriptures. Jeremiah 17:5, and it reads, "Thus saith the Lord, cursed be the man that trusteth in man, and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departeth from the Lord." All right. So yeah, like I was saying, you can't just trust in any man. You have to try the spirit by the spirit. All right. To see if that man is a man of the Most High. Okay. So when you pay double honors to the elders, you got to try him and those men who've been in this truth to see if they are really driven by the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right. So it's just about discerning the spirit. All right. You can't just trust anybody that's saying Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right. It's about the men who are doing this. When I say doing this, I mean walking this walk and talking this talk. All right. All right. So now we're going to go to the book. Titus chapter 1, verse 10. And it reads, "For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision." All right. So the Bible is telling you that there's a lot of deceivers out here in these last days, man. All right. Like I said, you don't want to be the brother that's believing every little thing that somebody say. All right. You got to go back and research, all right, to see if those things will serve. So, all right, being 10 toes down for the gospel of Yahweh Shai, keeping the commandments, all right, actually walking this walk, talking this talk, not blaming other men, not holding grudges, not being high-minded, because there's a lot of high-minded Israelites out here, man. So you want to be rooted, you want to be prudent, and you want to be rooted in this truth, man. Okay? You want to be rooted in truth and sincerity, man. So these are the guidelines to being obedient to the gospel, man. What's the good news? The good news is that, we are the Israelites, so-called Blacks, Latinos, Native American Indians. You are the Israelites. All right. Christ is coming back for you, and we must keep the commandments to the best of our ability, the law, statutes, commandments. All right. That's the gospel. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 14, verse 23. And it reads, "In all labor there is profit, but the talk of the lips tendereth only to penury," man. All right. So you don't want to be the brother that talk a good game. All right. You want to be the brother that show forth his fruit, man. All right. You want to walk it just like you talk it, man. You don't want to be the brother that's full of talk and no progress, man. Okay. You don't want to be that type of brother, man. You want to be the brother that's really walking this walk, man, that's 10 toes down for Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You don't want to be the brother that's talking all the time and not showing forth, all right, what's being seen, man. You want to be the brother that talk it and walk it, man. Let's get that again. Proverbs 14:23. "In all labor there's profit, but the talk of the lips tendereth only to penury," man. The talk of the lips, the flabbergasted lips, man. You don't want to be that brother, man. You want to be the brother that's diligent, man, that's meek, that's prudent, okay, that have discernment of spirit, man. That's the brother that you want to be in these last days, man. You don't want to be the brother that go along with the flow, all right? The brother who's nothing without other brothers, man. All right. You want to be a brother that can hold your own when it comes to these scriptures, man. But also in unity can be in you can be united with your brothers with the scriptures. So you want to have a balance, man. You want to be a brother that's versatile on both sides. Okay. That's the brother that you. With that, I hope this video was edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh. I hope this video was very edifying to those sincere lambs out there. All right, for the sincere milk. All right, I hope this video was edifying to those who are tuned in. With that, Shalom.